All right. So, y'all, I know I said at the last video, or the last one of these, not my last video, but the last one of these Scooby-Doo videos, that the last one was the longest one. Now, I'm not an expert, but this one has about 10 more monsters than the last one. So, I don't know why I said that the last one would be the longest one, because today we're doing the monsters of how scary they are from Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. This one, probably my favorite Scooby-Doo one. It's the only one with an actual, like, connecting narrative throughout it, except for Scooby-Doo and Shaggy Get a Clue. But when you're talking about ones, are we really counting Scooby and Shaggy Get a Clue as one of the mainline ones? Because it's more kind of like a spin-off thing. So, yeah, this one has 52 monsters in total for it. And how we're ranking this stuff, right? Because that's always important. So, it's like if me and my buddies, right, we pull up to this town, we're on a road trip that we haven't been to, and we get into the place, and they're like, yo, by the way, we've been seeing this thing going around and shit. And they start, like, kind of, like, explaining the monster and stuff. It's like, how nervous, how scared would we be, you know? And that's kind of the whole premise of it. So, to get into it, should probably start the recording. And, yeah. Set out the tiers. So at the top of the tier, we have most scary. This is for when it's just the most scary. These ones are top 3. I like whenever I do a tier list video to have top 3, just because it feels like it's, so then it knows, like, I don't know, just feel like it fits right well. And then scary category. These are for ones that are scary and you'd be actively thinking back on, like, man, that was scary. Then we have spooky, which is like, it's spooky, and it will be spooky in the moment, but it's like you wouldn't really be looking back on it and being like, oh man, that was so scary, you know what I mean? Or like scary's like you would be losing sleep over it, and then spooky's like you'd be thinking about it, but you wouldn't really be losing sleep over it. Is a better way to explain it. Because then next tier, we have the creepy tier, right? And this one is for when it's like, it would be scary in the moment, when you're actually, like, let's say the monster's, like, running at you and shit, but it's like, if you were lying in your bed the night after, it wouldn't matter, you know what I mean? Then we have nah category, where it's just not, it's not scary, it's just a nah. Then we have, pick a good color for it. Nah, that should work. Then we have the lull category for when the character is actively fucking hilarious, right? So, sometimes I like to go in order. Sometimes we don't go in order. This time, we're starting with the Scare Bear. So I feel like the Scare Bear perfectly exemplifies the creepy tier, right? Because it is a bear, which it would be scary in the moment if you're, like, interacting with it. But I feel like you wouldn't really be lying in bed thinking, like, oh no, what if the Scare Bear comes and gets me, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of just an animal, which I feel which I feel doesn't add to any of the horror aspect to it. Next one is, he's kind of just a goblin. He's just a guy. Like, he seemed kind of just like a chill guy, unironically. Just a chill guy. You know what I mean? And then we have these two. All right, so these two definitely more than the Scare Bear, but I feel these two I also wouldn't be thinking that much like, oh no, they're coming to get me. You know what I mean? Like, these ones are also more of a it would be scary in the moment type of thing. Then I feel like we should round out the tiers a bit more, so I'm going to take some from some of the other categories. I'm exactly just looking for a lull category. I don't think we might not, oh yeah, there it is. I knew there was one lull category. This one, it's a big robot. Like, if I go up to a town and we're like, oh yeah, we're haunted by someone driving around this big robot. It's like, it's like it just kind of seems like it puts a bad name on your town. You know what I mean? And then for the spooky category, perfect example: the two aliens, or no, the gray alien and the lizard man. Right? So these two, it's like they would be creepy, and it's like when you're lying in bed, you would probably think about them, but it's like you wouldn't be losing sleep. Like you wouldn't be losing sleep over these guys. Like, oh no, the aliens. You know what I mean? Like you definitely think about them, but it's like you wouldn't really be losing a lot of sleep over them. You know what I'm saying? Okay, next one. This guy, fiend. Yeah, this guy. I don't know why scary category. Objectively, he probably shouldn't be. But I feel just off the design, like I feel like I would be losing sleep off the design of that character. How it's a pretty creepy design, you know what I mean? But it's scary because I feel like I would just be losing design over it. Today, any of y'all wondering, I got a San Pellegrino. I got a orange and pomegranate one. It's pretty fire. It's actually pretty cold, but yeah. You know, because it's cold. Okay, then I'll leave the most scary category for a bit, and let's just go. First monster, the slime guy. It's spooky, definitely, but I don't think I would be losing sleep over it. Is again the thing, because it's glowing and it's green, which I feel is what puts it up into the spooky category. Is like, let's say you're lying in bed, right, and then it's like y'all know how when you're like lying in bed and it's like dark and shit with your eyes open, and you kind of just start like to fucking like hallucinate shit. Maybe that's just me, but y'all should know what I mean. And then you sometimes hallucinate just those colors, right? So it's like when you start hallucinating those like neon green, then it would be like, oh no, this guy might get me. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna be losing sleep over this guy purely off that fact. You know, when it comes down to when you start thinking about it. Oh yeah, these guys, nah. They honestly just seem kind of cool, to be honest with you. These guys, again, nah. It's like, the two, nah. Because this one, it's a really good episode for the story and stuff, but it's just like, nah. Like, actually, no, that's a low category. Yeah. I find it more funny. We go up to a place and it's like, oh yeah, we have these two. Oh yeah, also one thing is that all these monsters we're taking it as if they were like the real things of it and not just costumes, because them just being in costumes kind of just ruins a lot, like everything of the scariness aspect. So we're seeing it as if they were 100% real characters of what they're trying to depict. So where was I? Yeah. So these two, it's like you go up to a town and they're like, yo, we are haunted by these two teenagers that are scaring everyone in the town. It's like, that's just a low category. Like that's honestly, yeah, that's worse than being haunted by the robot, because at least a big robot could be threatening. Like, what do you mean your whole town is being haunted by two teenagers? Like, that's kind of embarrassing. Yeah, then we have the White Wizard. See, White Wizard's also here because it would definitely be creepy in the moment, but it's like, you wouldn't really thinking about him because he's not, I feel like it's because he's not really a monster in the typical sense of that it is a, like, scary monster, and it's more that it is a wizard. Because, like, that's just what the character is. Yeah, same as Scooby. Like, I feel that evil Scooby would be similar to this. I'm moving that guy up. Because I feel like the evil Scooby, it would be similar to the Scare Bear. Yeah. It would be similar to the Scare Bear, where it's that the scariness of it would come from the danger of it and the threat of that thing could realistically just jump at you and rip your head off. So that's kind of creepy. Then the King Stafford bots, right? So the King Stafford bots, really good, really important for the story, and in real life they would be intimidating, but they wouldn't be scary in the same sense of like, oh no, it's a bump in the night, it's a ghost. Because what they are is pretty much, they're pretty much just high-level military officers or officials. If they were put into reality, is what it would be. Is in reality, it's like, oh yeah, we have this evil rogue military group that's taking over the place. And as long as you obey what the King Stafford bots are saying, it seems like they'll keep you safe. So So I feel like it's not fully, like, it's just it's a different type of scariness. So I feel like for this ranking of scariness, how we're doing things, it would go into the nah category, if that makes sense, right? Then we have the headless guy. I think so. I think he'd be up here at number 1 purely off the design of, because usually the Headless Horsemen don't rank that high. Like, they usually rank around a low spooky category, but I feel the fact that it's not that he's fully headless and that he actually does have the head on his body and the big mouth just opening up at his stomach with the eyes on his shoulders, I feel it just adds to the creepiness of it, you know? And then, Dracula. It would definitely be spooky, but again, it's that I don't think I'd really be losing sleep over this one, because he wasn't really depicted as that much of, like, he was depicted as a threat, but not as a threat in the same way of, like, not in a threat as the same way of, like, the ghost of, I don't think I'm putting him in the top category, but just as an example, as the ghost of Crystal Cove, where it's like, yeah, he's probably a murderer. Like, this guy just wasn't really portrayed in that type of light. Wasn't really how he was shown in. The Thing of Junk, yeah, that's a good one for the nah category. It's one of my favorite episodes. It's one of my favorite episodes in the show, and I really like the monster. I really like the monster, and I find it really interesting, but it wouldn't be that scary. Yo, can y'all hear the train whistle? Like, the train was just, I don't know. I just heard the train whistling. Wondering if you guys could hear it. And then the Horde, right? So the Horde would definitely be in spooky category. And you'd be thinking about it. Because what the Horde is it's kind of like, well, it's like the rabid demon dog. It's pretty much what they are like rabid demon dogs, but there is a horde of them. So the fact that there's a horde of them is what adds to the scariness and the dangerousness of it. It's not just like one thing, but it's an aspect of it being a whole horde. Another one for the nah category, gnome. Nah, like, what do you mean you guys got a gnome haunting the place? I still don't think it would be that scary, right? And then to drop one into the S tier. Where is it? Yeah, Gator People. Nah, I don't. I really like the episode of the Gator People. It's an amazing episode. I don't think it's the most scary. Well, it's going in the category most scary, so that's kind of wrong. But, I mean, I don't think that it will be the scariest of the creatures. You know what I mean? So, but what about it, right? So it's three of them. It's all three of them. How they're not the exact same, how they're all slightly different. I feel just that's the creepiness of it. Even though it is a reused trope, low key the glowing red eyes. And it's not just the glowing red eyes on their own, because on their own it wouldn't really matter, but it's the glowing red eyes with the movement of it. With how the creatures move, how they walk, their whole just like demeanor is what adds to it. You know? Yeah. And then the judge. Again, like, it would be kind of creepy when you're there and when you need to, like, deal with it and stuff. But you wouldn't be lying in bed thinking, like, oh, no, the judge is going to get me. Like, it just doesn't have that. It doesn't have the staying power that would be needed for it to go up, is I feel what gives it to it, right? And then this one, it's just a worse Jack not Jack Black. Fuck. It's just a worse Jack Rogers. Jack Rogers. Yeah, Jack. Yeah, that. I don't know why. That's the name of it. Yeah, Jack Rogers from Scooby Shaggy Showdown. It's just a worse version of him realistically, but being a worse version of an absolute GOAT still means that you're amazing in swag, right? Now, when I say a worse version, I don't mean that it's bad, that it's a bad character. It's not like it's a worse version where it's like a cheaply and shittily done version of it. It's just that the characters are definitely similar, and it's just a worsely done one of it. Like, it's kind of like this guy. Like, he's just a worsely done version of this one. Where this one, he does it, it makes sense for the show because it's almost more of a comedic way with how he does his stuff. But, yeah. But it just doesn't really give the same, it wouldn't translate into real life, is what it is. So, yeah. And then, the fish, right? So, the fish individually are like a high creepy maybe, but the fact that there's a group of them is what I think push it right up there. No, they wouldn't be more than Hideous Horde. I take that back. Because for them, there's like 4 or 5 of them. For the Horde, there's like 50 of them. 50 to 80. I forget. Something like that. This one, yeah, no. Same thing. It's the Horde thing of it, right? Because it is a lot of bugs all forming together to make one really big one. And it's not the what it makes is the big one. It's the ginormous swarm of all the little ones together is what makes it creepy, is what I would say. Yeah. And then just make another tier. Let's see, we got the good old classic Smash tier. I think that's it for the Smash tier. About these guys, that guy there. And this guy. They're both going in the same tier. They're both similar. Similar is what I would say. I feel like the Krampus one would definitely be more scary. And they're both top of that tier than the Griffin. Because really what it is the Krampus is kind of just like a buffed Griffin. I don't know really how to explain that. If you know, you know. And then Crab Guy, right? Now, for as funny as Crab Guy is, I'd definitely be thinking about Crab Guy when I'm trying to sleep. Because it's a ginormous Crab Guy. I feel, again, this is another one of the ones where it's like, it's one of the few cases in life where size actually does matter. Where it's like, the crab part of him and the size, the fact that it is a ginormous crab is what makes it scary, is what adds the scariness to it, and not really what the thing is itself, but it's what it is and what it represents is what adds the scariness factor to it. And now you have come to our intermission. Now, for this intermission, I would like to propose an idea of you drop a sub. Now, why would you do that, right? Well, I doom scroll YouTube, right? I get it, right? A lot of videos nowadays, pretty stale. Like, let's be honest. Like, if I pull up my YouTube right now, is anything cool going to come up? Okay, the entire history of the World Cup, that does sound it was kind of boring, right? So this comes up. Not that interesting. Shorts suck, right? Music, that's cool. But if you're just looking for a video, like, not really, kind of clickbait cheese title. Okay, this one's actually probably fire. So, you see, looking through, it's like a lot of the videos, it's like they're either fire stuff that have kind of already been done, or they aren't fully original, or just nothing. So, if you want to see more cool stuff in your inbox, drop a sub to me and I'll make sure to deliver you with some cool stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Then for the next one that we're going with, we're going to go with Inferno, right? The Inferno guy. So he would definitely be scary in the moment, is I feel only where he goes. Because, or would he, no, right. So I thought of something, right? So it's like, let's say it's night, right? You're looking outside your window. The fire moving, I feel is the scariness part of it. Is him moving around just looks, in pitch black, it would be 3 balls of fire lighting up and illuminating him. Is where most of the fear I would think would come from, is that aspect of it, where it's the fire illuminating him, giving the scariness to it, and the fact that he's just dangerous with how he can shoot fire. With how he can shoot fire out of him, and yeah, fire is just dangerous. So then for the next one, Ghost Trucker. See, Ghost Trucker would definitely be creepy in the moment, but I'm going to put him below these ones because it is a crazy, wild truck, right? And if you've ever seen some shit drivers, you probably thought, man, this is kind of scary because they fucking suck. And, so mainly I feel the main reason is the danger factor of it is a wild truck that could just plow you over at pretty much any moment without you knowing, having to say, or anything in it. But that's all it is just a truck. So it wouldn't have any staying power. It's just a truck. Well, a semi, but yeah. Then for the next one, we're going with Sadder Cthulhu. It's just worse Cthulhu, man. Don't get me wrong, that still puts it in the bottom of spooky category. But I would feel disappointed for the guy, because it's just a worse Cthulhu. It's kind of all I got for him. Loki. Then the next one, the Freak of Crystal Cove and the Gluttonous Demon, right? They're both scary for the same reason. Big hulking monsters that are taken over and have a dangerous threat to it, right? Where it's not really that the design's creepy, but it's just this big, intimidating monster to it, you know? That is where most of the fear aspect will come from. Next one, Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver is definitely going to go up here, right? One, the purple ball. I don't know what to say about it, but the fact that he's running around with the purple ball, it adds mystery, and it brings forth the fear of the unknown to it, because it is that you don't know what the ball is, what it can do, or anything like that, if you know what I mean. What? Oh, yeah. Then, sorry, my mind just cut out. Baba Yaga. Yeah, this one also definitely creepy with the demeanor of it and how it, I feel that's the main thing that adds to the creepiness of it, is the demeanor of it, its motion, and its way of speaking would just be it would bring forth the fear factor, because it kind of leaches into the uncanny valley is where it gets its creepiness from. Then next one, Crybaby Clown, right? Annoying, not that scary, but pretty fucking dangerous. So he's going to go up here right above the Inferno because of what I was just saying, right? Because one of the main things, he goes around throwing smoke grenades and Molotovs all over the place, which is dangerous and would be spooky, because like you're lying, picture it, you're lying in bed, right? And it's like, No, I'm putting him in a scary category, right? Because it's like you're lying about it, and you're telling me you wouldn't be up losing sleep thinking, oh, man, if you, like, just hear him rolling around thinking, oh, man, what if he just chucks a Molotov at my place and I just burn up and die in my sleep? You know what I mean? Like, fucking nothing you can do about that. Then, next one, this one. See, it's just a it's just a normal ghost. There's not much to it. Yeah. Then, this one, also kind of just a normal... It's definitely creepy. Like, this one and this one both count in the same thing, where they're definitely creepy, but they're both kind of just normal... Not normal, yeah, they're just normal forms of demons is what they are. They're both kind of just like possessed, or it's not that they're demons themselves, but it's that they're like possessed by and haunted by demons and stuff like that, which is where it gets the scariness factor from it, and not actually from anything of it, really. So it wouldn't have much scariness to it. But then for the next one, yep, no, nah. This guy, right? So, what makes him scary, right? The place he haunts. Creepy, right? The outfit with how it's the worn, ragged mask. Or not even a mask, but it's a worn, ragged cloak that drifts through the night when the air currents catch it. And he is also somehow, his face is all blacked out, even though it shouldn't be. That adds an allurement and mystery to it. The way it's, the motions of it and stuff like that would add to the mystery of it. And I feel this one, it also just kind of gives off serial killer vibes. Like, it just kind of seems like it would just fucking murder someone. I feel is also what adds to the scariness of it. And it seems like it's plotting something, right? Which in the show, it is definitely plotting something. But in real life, I feel there would be a difference from the characters that are just like, oh, we're these, like the crab guy, where it's like, oh, we're the crab guy who's trying to haunt you, compared to ones that are clearly up to something and it seems like he's trying to murder you, right? So I just moved these other two down because I was thinking about talking about that guy. It's like, they're kind of, like, my reason for putting them where they were was the same reason for the crab guy. So why are they above the other ones? They shouldn't be. It makes no sense, right? So to hop to the end of it, the evil entity, it's spooky, but it ain't scary, right? Because, actually, nah, you be losing sleep over the evil entity. And it's not because of the appearance of the evil entity for how it is, but it's just like, what the fuck is the evil entity? You know what I mean? And I feel like as someone who likes to wonder and likes to know things, it's like you would be up thinking, man, what is the evil entity? How does it, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Then next one, the mech one. It's just a big robot, but I wouldn't say it's in the low category because at least it's a big, like, it is definitely a big dangerous robot, which I think we could actually say puts it up into the creepy category, because this one actually provides a more of a threat with how it has missile launchers and shit like that to it, which is why I would say it goes up in the creepy category and not just the nah category. Because again, one of the other things that is made clear in this is one of the things that gives us fear is the threat of death is often it, which lays back to our seemingly internal fear of death. I don't know. This is getting too much into it. Number one, Queehorific. Oh, fuck. 1, the fit. Creepy fit. 2, the mask. Creepy mask. I like that style of mask. I think I really love the Egyptian, or not Egyptian, fuck me. The Aztec style of mask. I love that, but when you add the glowing eyes into it and how it has the mouth open and just how it collides with the rest of the fit, that's the scariness factor of it. The flute, right? Let's say you're trying to lie in bed at night. You're trying to sleep. And this motherfucker's walking up the streets playing the, not the pan flute, I think. Hold on. Pan flute. Yeah. So this thing's going up and down the street playing the fucking pan flute while you're trying to sleep, doing its creepy stuff on the pan flute. And two, the movement of it, another thing, because it's humanoid and it's so close to almost being like human movement, but it's not. So it taps into that fear of the uncanny valley where it's like it's humanoid, but it's not. And that's why Quiharifico is number one most scary. Then the Freak of Crystal Cove. Yeah, this boy is getting freaky, so he's going in the smash category. Nah, he's a guy. But realistically, he's going into the scary category. And the main reason he's going into the scary category is his design's kind of creepy. Like, it's kind of like a demonish design. But it's mainly because of the fact that he is definitely a serial killer. And, yeah, serial killers are just kind of creepy. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. And then this one. This is a play on the, blanking on the name right now, but this is a play of one of the fearsome critters of North America, one of the fearsome critters of North America, and it is scary category because the design is creepy, the movement of it is creepy, and the eyes of it are creepy. I feel like that's kind of the three main things that blend down to the creepiness of something, is the movement of it, the actual appearance of it, and its threat level seem to be the main things that add to the scariness of it, which is why the evil entity is at the bottom, because even though objectively its threat level is the highest with how it has the, like, reality warping shit, you wouldn't know that. You know what I mean? And then we got three more. Loki, just to get this shit over with. Phantom guy. Nah, because he just kind of seems like a cartoon, comic, funny villain. Vampire, yeah, it's a fucking... Actually, not vampire. Smash. This thing, definitely in the creepy category. Again, creepy design, creepy movement, creepy look, creepy shit. So yeah, that's the tier list. At the bottom of the tier list, because they be bottom, we have... At the bottom of the tier list, because they be on the bottom while I be on the top. Nope. At the bottom of the tier list, we have the tier list for the bottoms, the smash category, where we have... Yeah, boys, it's the smash category. We all know what the smash category means. Then we have the lull category, where they're just funny. The nah category, where they're just like, just wouldn't be... Nah. In the creepy category, they're kind of creepy, but it wouldn't really matter after. Like, you wouldn't be thinking, oh, man, remember that thing that was so scary. Spooky category. They're definitely spooky, but you're not going to be, like, lying in bed thinking about them, being scared about them, and you won't be losing sleep over them. Then, the scary category. Evil entity, because what the fuck is it? This guy, or this girl, because it's a creepy design. This one, murder, creepy. It's just scary, man. I don't know, man. Not all these need crazy explanations. Just scary. Murder. Then top three, the Gators. Yeah, nah. The shadow figure, definitely murder. The Gators, definitely murder. Queerifico, are not murders. Definitely all serial killers. So yeah, that's the tier list. If you made it this far, low-key, just drop a like to prove that people actually like these videos, because, I don't know. Could be funny. If you want to do any of these tier lists for yourself, my tier maker thing, if you go to, you can just look all them up. Any tier lists that I've done on this channel, including the tier list, I think. Yeah, including the tier list. I've all made as public tier lists for that people can do access and make their own ones. So that's neat, because a lot of the stuff I do, there's not already pre-existing tier lists for. Or like this Scooby-Doo ones, like there is, but none of the pre-existing tier lists are good ones. You know what I mean? Like they're all just kind of like missing something to it, or they just have bad images and like, yeah. So, yeah, that's a video.